Period Woodworker here. Welcome back to the shop, folks. I just did a video showing you some of the projects that we were going to be uptaking over the next year or so, but I've happened to come across a find at a local auction the other day that I think I'm going to be working on first, and I'm going to share some of the progress with you. This is a broken down section of what they referred to as a card catalog. I'm not so sure that it was a card catalog, but it was similar. As you can see, it's huge drawers that don't really have the ability to put card catalog because it's only about 1.5 inches deep. Nonetheless, it's a great little oak cabinet. It is quarter sawn oak, white oak veneer with white oak drawer fronts and these little brass pulls that are on here. As you can see, it has a name on it, and I think it's Yaman and Irby Manufacturing, Rochester, New York. I don't know exactly the date on it, but I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to make it into a cabinet to store first some chisels. I have a lot of chisels, and then whatever I might have. A couple of things that I've got to do to it is, this is the base. The base has some veneer on the legs that I guess was done in the old mission style, so it always had the quarter sawn rays that showed up. A little bit of that is missing. I don't know if I'm going to replace it since it's just a workshop. It's only missing on this one back leg. You can see it was 3 boards glued together and then they veneered over it. Some of the other has a little bit of veneer coming loose. Really, it's kind of an ingenious system. It has these 2 boards, which looks like they may just be something cabbaged on there, but really they are designed with a bevel at this back section, that the next section, when it goes on top of it, it slides up and that holds it on, kind of like a French cleat. But the one big problem that I do have is this section of part of it, the veneer is coming off. The other part is fine, which is the top section, but this bottom section I've got to do a little bit of veneer repair. This whole back is coming off, so I'm going to get it over on the workbench, get the drawers out of it, and we'll take a little bit more time to fix this whole thing up. Okay, I've gotten the base to the cabinet here on the bench. As you can see, it's upside down. I wanted to take a look at the condition of these legs. The base itself is in very good shape. Again, this is a white oak. It appears as if everything except the 2 center ledger boards is white oak. It's kind of unique the way they put these legs together. They actually glued several boards together, and as you can see, the board on the outside is tapered. You'll be able to see it more on another leg. I've got some veneer here coming loose. I probably, since this is just a shop cabinet, I probably will just re-glue that and not replace it. It's the same thing on this leg. It has a little of the veneer down next to the floor is coming loose. The rest of that leg is pretty good. This piece looks like we'll be able to fix most of this up with just a little glue and some clamps. This leg has the same problem. kind of down the entire thing. This side you can get a better idea of this angled piece. He probably glued and then cut it, but it's a rather thick piece. I think a little bit of glue will fix that as long as it'll press in. I think it will. This is the leg that is the most troublesome right now. I haven't decided whether or not to replace all of the veneer yet. As you can see, what happened was where they have glued the three pieces together and then glued the veneer over it. It doesn't, there's some tension there, and sometimes a veneer will pop loose. I think probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leg off and see how clamp pressure will bring it back together. And I may just glue it at any time in the future. I probably could just replace these legs, if they come off okay, with even solid oak. Wouldn't be that hard. You can see on here, this tapered piece is loose. I can get that back together with glue. That's not too bad. I have earlier sprayed these legs, the bolts on them, with some Kroil oil. If you're interested, it's a great penetrant, a good multi-purpose lubricant. It's Kroil, I believe. You can search for it on the internet and find it. I think it's made by a company called Dano, something like that. Anyway, I've loosened these bolts back. I'm going to pull this leg off. We'll be back in a few minutes and start some gluing. Yeah, it appears as if this leg will just come right off. No other fasteners into the end of it, which is good. Alright, now you can kind of see how the leg was made, and put an anchor bolt in the corner of it, and goes through the brace. A lot of tables are made like that, both high quality and low quality. So let me get some glue and we'll start working on this. Okay, while I was gone, I completed gluing this one bad leg. I don't know how well it'll hold. We'll take it out of the clamps. It's been drying overnight. I glued this leg. As you can see, I just put some glues on it, some wax paper, and some clamps. We'll see how that comes out. I still have this leg to do and a little bit on that other leg, and I'll show you applying the glue to that in just a minute. I did take a few minutes before I started all this and tested the old glue with some alcohol, and found out that it was old hide glue. So the modern yellow glues that we use now will work with that, as long as there's not a big accumulation of the hide glue on there. So it should work pretty good. We'll see in a few minutes. Okay, I've taken this leg out of the clamps. Seems like it's holding pretty good, but let's get this glue off. This chisel needs to be sharpened, so I sometimes find that a fairly sharp chisel works even better than a cabinet scraper to get these glue beads off. So I'm still curious as to whether or not this is going to hold. First off, I wasn't able to get a lot of glue down inside of it, and second, it really had a lot of tension. I hear a little cracking. Appears as if it's one big crack is not going to be much better than it was before, but We kind of anticipated that, and that's not a problem. Okay, I took the clamps off this other leg. It appears as if the glue was much more successful. I still have to get some of these beads off here. But this was just veneer, and it wasn't the big heavy crack in the wood like the other one was. So it appears as if this veneer repair will work out just fine. I'll do these other two legs and we'll take a look at them. Okay, let me show you how we glue this part. I couldn't hold the camera and do this, so I'll have to just put it on a tripod. I love these glue bottles with these little sharp tips, because you can kind of, when you're doing this, you can kind of hold your finger there and use it as a pump to pump a little bit of glue down inside there. And then I use these little 10-cent acid brushes from the hardware store or wherever, and force that down in, let it kind of take a capillary action and get down in there. Give it a light squeeze and get that excess glue off. Then on this more flimsy veneer, you just drizzle a little down in there, kind of like you're basting a Thanksgiving turkey. Use your brush. Force it down in there. Try to get the glue on as much of the veneer as you can, and some also on the substrate. If a little piece falls off, you're gluing, so just put that back on and hopefully it will go right back in there and never show. Oh yeah, that's going in there well. Then take a piece of wax paper, kind of wrap it around both sides. Try to leave a little bubble on this back side. A couple of cauls or blocks of wood to even out the pressure. And I sometimes use these squeeze clamps to get an initial hold on it, although they don't really put a huge amount of pressure, but it will hold until I can get a little stronger clamp on. Okay, we have finished gluing up the last of this cabinet. And I'm going to clean up the glue where it comes out. It looks like it is glued very well. The other leg, the one that's cracked, the part that we glued is done. I think we're done with the gluing on this. I'm going to put the leg on, clean this up, put a little wax on it, and then we'll start on the base. Thank you for joining me for this. Please, if this interests you, subscribe to my channel, and you can even request that they send you an email when I do an update. I love having you. Do good work and make yourself happy. Thank you for joining me.